are seriously ready to stop undermining themselves, who are ready to get away from selling single sections, who are ready to bring consistency and predictability to their business, and ultimately live their passion and purposeful life. So if this is you, go ahead and let me know who we have here on the line. Can you guys hear me and see me okay? Just go ahead and let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a wave. Give me a thumbs up here. Let me know if you guys can see me and hear me okay. And we're gonna jump right in. So without further ado, guys, let me know if you can see me and hear me okay. Let's see here. Guys, just go ahead and let me know in the comments if you can see me okay or hear me okay. Just let me know. I just want to make sure I can see your comments too. So just go ahead and drop it. Give me a thumbs up or give me a yes if you guys can see me and hear me okay. And then I'll know this is working as well. Is this working for you guys? Let me know. Oh, I don't see any comments here. I'm going to check inside my phone. Just guys, go ahead and drop a comment if you can see me and hear me okay. Just give me a yes or yeah, we got it. Me and hear me okay. Just want to make sure the comments are working. Strange, I can see. Why can't I see the comments here? Can you guys see my comment? I'm going to drop a comment here. That's very strange. I can't see. Huh. Well, I can't see comments unless I go to my phone. So I guess we'll have to just do it like this. I don't know what's going on here. But, okay, maybe I need to agree to this. I don't know. All right, well, I can do this from my phone. So we'll just do it like this. So, all right, guys. So welcome to Six Figure Spirit. This is again the group for hypnotists, holistic practitioners. We have everybody here in the group. We've got holistic practitioners from all different places. We've got EFT practitioners. If you're a psychic, you're a medium. We've got obviously hypnotists, me being a hypnotist as well. We've got who else do we have here in the group? We've got human design coaches. Guys, go ahead and let's start by dropping who you are and what are your spiritual superpowers. So go ahead and just drop who you are. And then what do you do? Are you a psychic medium? Are you a tarot card reader? Are you an intuitive of some sort? Do you do shamanic work? We've got everything here in the group. So what I love to do is start these calls by having you get on your pedestal here and let us know what your background is. So how do you help your clients, who you are, and then what are your spiritual superpowers? So for those of you who don't know me, I'm also a board certified hypnotist. So I started my business as a hypnotist way back in 2017 and then was able to scale my business to $20,000, so $20,000 months just by selling high-ticket hypnosis programs alone, okay? So a lot of you guys asked me if I'm a hypnotist as well, and yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be doing this if I hadn't walked the walk. So, yeah. So this group is for holistic practitioners and hypnotists who are finally ready to actually make money and get back the investment they've made in themselves and more. So how many of you here would love to get back the investment in yourself? Just drop a me below if you're ready to get back the investment in yourself or more. You know, a lot of us here have spent a lot of money on ourselves, right? Chances are you're a healer because you've walked the walk. You've walked the walk of your clients, and you've probably spent, you know, if you're like me, probably over $100,000 on books, on trainings, on coaching and mentorship and all different walks of life on your personal development. And at this point, you're ready to You're ready to get back that investment on yourself. So go ahead and just drop the word me below if this is you. And then I'll know I'm talking to the right crowd. And I'm just going to be looking at here from my phone because I can't see any comments here on the inside of the Facebook on my desktop. So, guys, who is ready to get back the investment in themselves? So, Star, good to see you on the line. Stephanie, good to see you on the line. Who else do we have here? Just go ahead and drop what you do, your spiritual superpowers, and then how many of you would love to get back the investment you put in yourself? You know, a little bit of context here. When I switched over to high ticket, so when I was selling originally low ticket hypnosis offers and switched over to high ticket, you know, I was able to grow my business from $0 to $10,000 months within about 30 days. And then by adding in the marketing, I was able to go from 10 to 30K months. Okay, so just to give you a little bit of context, kind of the path that I've walked. Jacqueline, good to see you online. So, guys, go ahead and just let me know who we have here. Let's do a few introductions here, and then what is it you do? Like, how do you help your clients? And this is an opportunity for you to brag. So, I'll start the conversation. So, I am a hypnotist. I do NLP. We got a lot of NLPers here in the group as well, and so I can see the commenting on my phone, but just not yeah, there we go. So I can comment from there. So, all right. So we're here to talk about today is how do we get congruent with charging high ticket, right? Like a lot of hypnotists and healers, like what I'm noticing is that they want to charge more they want to charge for their value. But there's this fear in just raising your prices, right? There's this fear that I don't want to take. I don't want to rob people. I don't want to. Amy, good to see you on the line. Good to see you here. I think you're new. So go ahead and just, you know, the way we start out these calls is just by having you let us know who you are and what is your background, what are your spiritual superpowers. So go ahead and let us know below. And, you know, and you know, this feeling is actually a good feeling. This hesitancy to raise your prices without changing anything is actually a good thing. And here's why. Because it's not just about jacking up your price point. It's not just about charging people more money, right? Because, you know, a lot of us are empaths and we want to do things ethically. And we want to make sure it's a win-win for both sides, right? So how many of you here, and just so I can get a basic, like a poll of where everybody is, are currently charging, let's say, $5,000 or less for your offers right now? Drop the phrase 5K. Drop the word 5K below if you're currently charging 5K or less for your offers right now, just so I can see where you're at right now. So who here is charging $5,000 and below and would like to switch over to charging, you know, 5K and above? So Nicole says 5K. Let's see if I can bring this up a little higher here. So I'm just looking at my phone here. That'll stick. No, that ain't gonna stick. All right, I'll just have to glance down. So anyone else here charging less than $5,000 would like to charge more for their services right now? Just drop 5K below, just so I can see a quick poll of where everybody's at right now. Anyone else here? Others? So Shamika says 5K. Gotcha. So anyone else here selling less than 5K, want to switch over to selling $5,000 programs and packages? Just drop the word 5K. Yeah, just want to get like a sort of a poll where you guys, just like a poll somewhere what you guys are doing right now. I know quite a few of you in the chat before we started were saying like per session, per hour, you know, things like that. So Star says 5K. Cool. So, okay, so now I have a better idea of where you guys are. So, like I want to give a positive reframe to this feeling. It's not about just jacking up your prices and charging people and just taking more of their money, right? We want to feel congruent, right? We want to feel congruent about this price point, okay? But if you're not charging for value right now, or there's this guilt or feeling bad, that's what we're talking about specifically here today. Is this feeling bad, right? Feeling like you're not allowed to. Okay? How many of you can resonate with this right now? Like, you just feel like you're not allowed to for whatever reason. You may not know where it's coming from, but it's like you need the thumbs up. Like, you're waiting for the thumbs up from something. From the world, from your clients, from your sales calls. You're waiting for someone else to give you permission to raise your prices. Anyone feeling this way right now, drop the word raise below. If you're feeling this way right now, just drop the word raise. If there's this, like, I don't feel like I'm allowed to. It's kind of weird. Like, I had the same thing. And I didn't really know where it was coming from, but what I knew was that I was relying and I was waiting for clients to be okay with my new price point, right? Can you see why waiting for your clients to give you a thumbs up to charge them more money is not going to be the best strategy, right? Like, it's probably obvious now that I'm saying it, right? So Nicole says, yeah. Joseph says, LOL, yes. Not allowed. Yeah, not authorized, right? Shamika says, raise. Yeah. Nicole says, I'm afraid I will deter people. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, we don't want, it's like, what ends up happening is it's like we're trying to control the outcome. Right? We're trying to control whether or not people sign up or not. And this is exactly what keeps us exactly where we are, is this trying to control things. But hey, look, I understand. It is scary as hell to let go of control this, because if it's gotten you so far, right, it's like we tend to think, well, just more controlling and doubling down on that control is going to give you the next level. And believe it or not, guys, this trying to control people to get to the next level is exactly what's keeping you from getting to the next level. Okay? I don't know how many times I've seen hypnotists, including myself and other healers, let go of this control, just take their hands off that wheel of other people's decisions and double their income right there, triple their income right there. Okay? So, not that you have to make any changes right now today, but just start thinking about this. Like, is this working? Is your strategy working for you right now? Like, let's just do an honest poll here. Your strategy of trying to prevent people from walking away, is it really working for you right now? Like, is it generating you the results you're looking for? Like, yes or no? Like, drop it below. Let's just do an honest poll here, reflection. Is your current strategy of like keeping your prices low, is it getting you the results you really want? Like, what do you guys think? Yes or no? Just drop it below. I'll tell you, for me, it was a no. Like, I was getting clients. I had enough clients. I had plenty of clients, but they were all low paying. And so I still wasn't able to build a livable income. That's what we're talking about here. Like, making a livable income and then some. So Nicole says no. Yeah, like, see, so the first step here is going to be taking an honest look at, like, and realizing this strategy of trying to control the decisions our clients are making is the exact thing that's keeping you from the revenue that you really want, that you really desire. Okay? So here's how this ends up affecting the business really. This is what happened to me. This is where I see other hypnotists and healers often, by the time they find me, is that they're stuck below the 10K per month. So typically when hypnotists and healers are struggling with this, this feeling guilty and not feeling like you're allowed to, they're typically stuck at about 10K per month, and even usually less than 5K per month, what I have found. So how many of you here are let's just say below 10K per month, but you're ready to move into 10K plus months. Like you're ready to make that transition right now. Just drop the words 10K below if this is you right now. Like you're ready to make it happen. You're open to whatever you got to do. I'm not saying you got to hire me. I'm not saying you got to do that, but like you're just like, you're open to what you have to do to finally stop the madness. Like you just want to stop the madness, right? So, Amy says, my superpower leading people to drop deeply into their voice. Good to see you, Amy. Welcome. I think we're chatting sometime later this week, I believe, if I remember correctly. So good to see you here on live, so you'll be able to get kind of a dose of like what we teach and what I teach here in the group. You can see if this resonates for you. But have a lot of experience guiding therapeutic meditations. Awesome. Good stuff. Awesome. So, and then Nicole says 10K, Shamika says 10K. Awesome. Michael, welcome to the live. Michael Bradford, I believe, are you new? I can't remember. But good to see you here. I'm looking down, by the way, because I had to look at my phone to see your comments. For some reason, it's just my Chrome is not loading comments, so we're just going to do it like this. So, okay, so what ends up happening is we end up stuck below the 10K per month, but not only that, there's roller coasters in terms of revenue. So how many of you are not only stuck below 10K per month, but you're getting roller coasters when it comes to your revenue, okay? And what this can look like is like 5K one month, 2K another month, 7K this month, 1K this month. It's like it's all over the place. So drop the word roller coaster right now if you're getting these roller coasters, okay? So this was happening to me too. When I was stuck in this place and spinning my wheels and trying to cater to everybody and everyone's affordability, this is exactly what was happening. So I had a bunch of different packages, a bunch of different price points, trying to make everyone happy. And ultimately, I was the one unhappy. Everyone else was happy, satisfied, but I was not. How many of you are feeling this way right now? How many of you are feeling, even started resentment started coming up in the business? How many of you feel resentful? Maybe some of you are starting to resent your clients, resent yourself, resent your business. I talk to a lot of hypnotists and healers. By the time we hop on a call, they're hating their business. They realize they just created a monster. So maybe some of you are there right now, or maybe you're trying to prevent yourself from getting there. Like you just don't want to ever get there in the first place. Okay. And personally, I had to have an honest conversation with myself, and I almost walked away from my hypnosis business. I almost walked away because I realized I just created another form of slavery. Was what I created. I created another form of slavery. And this is also what my business ended up feeling like. So, are any of you feeling this way right now? Like you feel like now you just created another form of wage slavery. So you're just charging for your time. You're going to show up for every dollar that you make, and now it's just a form of wage slavery. So you went from one job to another. So this is where I found myself before I made all these changes. Okay? Before I had my critical, pivotal place where I had to make a change, this is pretty much where I was at. Okay. So Joseph says roller coaster. Amy says, haven't charged, had listings on Fiverr, but yes, resent. People would ask to pay less. Yeah. And then what ends up happening is the mind games start. Like we start to doubt ourselves. We start to doubt our processes. We start to doubt our solutions, our services. We wonder if it's us. But I'm here to validate you guys. I'm here to validate you. Look, if this is happening in your business, it's not you. Chances are you have an amazing service, and you guys know you can deliver. You guys know your shit. Like, how many of you here, you know your shit when it comes to healing, hypnosis, change work? You know your shit. Drop me below. If you're like, I know what I do has an impact. I know it works. Okay. How do I get my prospects or my potential clients to see that same potential and the same value? That's where I was. That's exactly where I was before I made all these changes. So let me know. Drop me below if that's where you are. You know you got something valuable. You just don't know how to translate that for your prospects. Joseph says me, awesome, yep. Amy says, I feel that's slavery with my other job. No, I give way more than I get. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's another key indicator. You feel like you're giving more than what you're being compensated for. And then what ends up happening is we stop showing up as the hypnotist or the healer we need to be to deliver to our clients. Maybe not right away, but over time, we just start to kick back and not take shit seriously anymore because our clients aren't. We maybe start rolling in a few minutes late here and there. We start to cut corners with things. We stop showing up as our best because we're not getting the best from other people. Is this reigning true for some of you guys right now? Nicole says yes. Yeah. So it just becomes, honestly, here's what happens. It becomes a toxic relationship. I noticed in my hypnosis business, I was creating toxic relationships like this. Codependency was affecting my business. You guys on board with me? You guys, is this resonating for you guys? Codependency in the business started. Okay? So I had to make a decision. And it was because I got fired from my job and shit had to change. It didn't even matter anymore. Like, whatever the universe had in store for me was what was going to happen. And, me getting fired was exactly what I needed to be at my breaking point. But now I'm here and I've pivoted my business so that you guys don't have to wait until that point. And you don't have to wait to get the rug pulled out before you make these changes. Okay, you can make these changes effectively and switch over to high ticket, do group programs, get your time back before you get fired from a job. Okay, and if you're full time in your business, then you're probably at this point where you're tired and you're wanting to get time back. Is anyone here wanting to get time back right now? Maybe money's good or it's okay. It could always be better. But at this point, you're like, number one priority is I need my time back. Like, I'm working weekends, mornings, holidays, maybe not holidays, but maybe you are working holidays, right? So how many of you drop the word time if you want to get your time back now? It's like the only way to scale at this point is to work weekends or work longer or work harder. That's pretty much it. So if you're not doing a high ticket model or a value-based pricing system for your services, you're always going to run out of time. And there's no way to scale when you're charging for your time. Okay? Does that make sense for you guys? There's just no way to scale if you're charging only for your time. Okay? And that's why we switch over to value-based pricing, because now that allows us much more flexibility. That allows us to charge for value, which can be an infinite number, to be honest. Obviously, we want to be congruent with our number, but there's a lot more flexibility versus charging for your time or perception. Okay? All right. So if this is happening right now, I'm assuming some of the story resonates for you guys. Let's talk about what we need to do to get out of this place. Okay, how many of you here, right now, like you're in this place right now, like everything I said is reigning true for you. Drop the word change. Drop the word change below if you're like, I'm ready to get my time back, or maybe you want to scale and you don't want to run into these problems that I'm talking about right now, or you feel like you're underselling yourself. You feel like you're selling yourself short, right? Like, again, people aren't showing up and they're not playing on your level. How many of you would like to work with those clients who show up and play on your level, who are hungry, who check in with you, who want to hear from you, who want to invest in themselves, who want to invest in this? Like, you're looking for the high rollers. You're looking for high rollers, right? Who here is looking for high rollers now, right? Yep, so Amy says change, got it. Anyone else? Like a couple more. Let's get a couple more changes. And then we'll talk about what are the 4 or 5 things that I did to get away from this, okay? And switch over to high ticket literally overnight. This is what I did. I switched over to high ticket literally overnight. There was no let me try this and let me try that and let me test this client and test it. There was none of that. I literally threw everything to the wind. I threw everything to the universe, and wherever the cards were going to fall was where the cards are going to fall. Okay? So, and actually, I just want to make sure before I forget. Tell you guys. Okay. All right. So, Amy's has changed, Nicole's has changed, Stars has changed, Shanika is ready for change. Yeah. So, thank you, Nicole. Appreciate you saying that. But I didn't have a choice at that point. You know, it was make it or break a time. But I don't want you guys to have to get there to make those changes. Okay. So, what I ended up doing was going back in time and reverse engineering what the heck I did, because what ended up happening is in that moment where I was profitless, I was making income, but it's going right back out. Maybe some of you are there right now. Like the income you're making is evening out. You're barely covering expenses, right? That's where I was. So I built a 6-figure hypnosis business before I got fired, and I was making no profit. It's a scary place to be when you've got a 6-figure business that's making no money, literally making no money. And I was spinning my wheels. So when I got fired, I was making no money. Now I was in the negatives. I was bleeding out. Okay? It was scary. It was a scary place to be. Okay? And I had no choice but to let go of control. Okay? And I went from zero, basically in revenue, to 10K per month within 30 days. Just by switching over to high ticket. This is before I got into any kind of marketing. Before I even touched online, before I had an audience, went from 0 to 10K just with the clients in front of me. Not everyone came with me when I switched over my price point, but the ones who came with me more than made up for it. Okay, guys, the ones who came with me were more than made up for it. And yeah, guys, drop your questions below. This is an opportunity for you to get coaching here. Amy says, what does that mean? 6 figures but no money. So, Amy, so basically, I was producing revenue, but my expenses to run the business were the same. So I was bringing in money, it was going right back out again. Bringing in, going right back out. There was no profit margin. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. So I built a monster. I built a monster that was sapping my energy. Okay? And like I said, guys, drop your questions here below. Also, if you guys, Zadia, are you here on the line? Zadia, are you here? Let me know in the chat if you're here. And I'm going to have, let me know, Zadia, if you're here. Okay, perfect. So guys, what I ended up doing was I put together a training on exactly what I did. So after I made this shift, I reverse engineered. I was like, what the heck just happened? How did I suddenly get my clients who were investing $1,000 and $2,000 over to a 5 to 10K program? What exactly I did? And I actually put together a training for this. And I even have an example call where I've upsold a low ticket client to a high ticket offer. And I actually have that available for a free training for you guys. So if you do want this, Zadia, would you drop your m.me link in the chat? And Zadia is working for me as part of my team. So Zadia, if you wouldn't mind dropping your m.me link, if you guys want this training, I highly recommend it if you're currently working with clients and you're like, how do I stop this madness and then inspire them to enroll in a higher ticket program based on where they are with you right now. If you want this, Zadia, grab your m.me link, drop it below, and then guys, click her link and then it'll open up Messenger and send her the word upsell. Let's do upgrade. Let's do the word upgrade. I like that word better and sexier. So when Zadia drops her link, which she just dropped below, click her link, send her the word upgrade, and then we'll get you over the training on exactly what I did to take low ticket clients, what that conversation looks like, and then there's an even example call where I recorded so you guys can see what that conversation looks like. So this is going to be good for you guys who are tired of spinning your wheels. If you want that training, click her link, send over the word upgrade, and we'll get that over to you as soon as we see your comment. So let's dive into these 5 shifts, okay? You guys ready to go? Let me know. Drop the word 5 below. Actually, we have 6 now. I'm taking notes as I'm talking to you guys. Drop the word 5 below if you guys are ready to get these 5 things. Okay? These were the 5 shifts and the insights I had to have in order to make this change pretty dramatically, pretty much dramatically overnight. So Nicole says 6, drop 5 or 6, whatever. I think I said 5, but now there's 6. All right, let's jump in. First thing here, guys, is to realize, you need to realize this is your business, not someone else's. This is your business, not someone else's. You decide what you're going to charge. Okay? And it's also something to think about is, remember guilt. If you feel guilt about raising your prices, remember, guilt is a learned emotion. Guilt is a learned emotion. We're not born with this. We don't need guilt to survive. We could go through life the rest of our life and be okay without guilt. So we are taught to feel guilty. Okay? So if you removed guilt from your life, if you just kicked it out, just pretend here for a minute, how do you think you would show up in your business differently? Let's just do a quick sort of imagination, meditation here real quick. I want you to picture in your head, how would you show up differently if suddenly guilt wasn't part of this at all? What would you guys be doing differently? Just rapid fire, just comment below. What would you be doing differently? If guilt wasn't even in the picture at all, feeling bad, all this stuff was out of it, what would you do? What was one thing you would change? Showing up more? Yeah? Giving more? What about charging more, right? What about charging more? Yeah, right? So here's the thing about high ticket, guys. When you increase your price point to something like $5,000 and above, it shouldn't just put fire under their ass. It should put fire under your ass. It should be an invitation for you to step up and serve higher as well. Okay? If you're not feeling that stretch, your price point's not high enough. Okay? Every time I increase my price point, I level up myself. What needs to change? How do I need to show up? Like, who is that Lydia? Or who is that Amy? Who's the Nicole? Or who's the, who else do we have here on the line? Guys, who else do we have here on the line? I'm not even sure who's here. Star, right? Who is the you who is charging this much? How are you showing up differently? Okay? And that's going to eliminate the imposter syndrome. Okay? So realize right now, this is your business. You don't need anyone's permission. And you've only been taught to feel guilt, which means you don't need it. It doesn't need to be there. It's not going to help you in your business. You can crumble it up and throw it out today. If you did, you'd be fine. In fact, you'd be more than fine. You would be more than fine if you just let this go today. It's very weird for a lot of us. It's very weird for a lot of us to think like that, because guilt has been so much a part of our lives, right? But I'm here to tell you, it's not going to serve you. It's only keeping you. It's only holding you back. Okay? So that's the first thing to realize. Get rid of that. How would you be operating differently if that wasn't there? Okay? All right. Let's move on to number 2 here. So, one of the biggest mistakes healers and hypnotists make is that their price point is an emotional decision, not a logical decision. How many of you here can agree with that? Like, your price point is more of an emotional decision versus a logical decision. It was for me. The way I was charging was based on how I felt, right? Like, can they afford it? Can they afford it? Right? I was always wondering who could afford what? Who could afford what? Very sort of limited and sort of a victim mindset. It was very kind of a victim mindset, the word affordability. And I'm not saying you're a victim. I'm just saying, like, that type of thinking is sort of like a victim, like, affordable. What's affordable is what you want, right? What becomes affordable is what you want, right? So the question becomes, how do we get our clients to want this? How do we get them to see the value, right? So your price needs to be a logical decision, not an emotion. This is number 2. Your price point becomes a decision based on logistics, based on data from the market, based on your level of social proof, how much cash you're collecting, and so on and so forth. Not from your emotions. Okay? If you're running your business based on emotions, here's what's going to happen. You're going to get roller coasters. So if you're having roller coasters in your business, most likely you're making a lot of emotional decisions. Okay? You're making a lot of emotional decisions. Okay? All right, so that's point number 2. All right. Does anyone here feel like they're making their price point based on emotions rather than logic? Let me know. Drop the word logic below. If you're realizing now, like, my price point is based on my feelings. Like, if I'm afraid, then I charge less. If I'm afraid, then I give discounts. Right? If I have a fear they won't book or buy, I give into my fear and I operate this way. Right? This is what this looks like. Okay. All right. So number 3, we talked about earlier, which is stop trying to control client decisions. Just control yourself. I realize that is the only thing you can control anyway. You can only control yourself. Okay? So trying to control client decisions is only going to limit you, and you're basically going to show up as lower value. Okay? When you're coming from this place of like feeling guilty, not feeling like you're allowed to, you need permission, you're going to show up as low value. Okay? Now, how many of us here, that's the last thing we want to do, right? Who here is ready to show up as high value? What is the high value hypnotist? How do they operate? How does a high value psychic medium, how do they operate? How many of you want to know what that looks like? Drop the words high value below. That's who you're ready to become today. The high value healer. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's move into number 4 here. Since I know we're a little bit over on time here, you guys ready for number 4? Let me know. Just drop the number 4 below if you guys are ready for this next one here. This was another insight I had to have. Hopefully this is going to change things for you guys. You guys still here with me? Let me know. Drop the number 4. Let me know you're still here with me. And I'm going to get a little bit of coffee while we do that. All right. You guys still here with me? Let me know. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure we're still live here. All right. So the next shift here is, look guys, you got to be able to take care of yourself first. This is probably something you have heard already, and I'm only probably preaching to the choir, but if you can't fill your cup first, if you can't take care of yourself first, this was something I had to realize. You're not going to be able to help your clients. Not as much as you would like. So if you can't take care of yourself and put yourself first, you're not going to be able to help your clients put themselves first. You see what I mean? There's no way you can give your best if you're not giving to yourself and filling up your own cup. How many of you here would love to be able to operate a successful $100,000 business, right, and above, by filling your own cup first, by coming from the place of putting yourself first? How many of you would love that right now? Drop the word full below. Drop the word full below. If you want to know what that looks like, to be able to operate your business from a place of you being full first, and then being able to deliver based on what you have available. Right? Believe it or not, that is possible. In fact, you're going to do so much better, and you're going to make a lot more by filling up your cup first. Why? Because you're prioritizing your cups, so you're going to prioritize your client's cups. Okay. All right. Let's move into number 5 here, second to last one. I know we're going over a little, so thanks for hanging with me, guys. Number 5 here is one of the biggest mistakes healers and hypnotists make on their sales calls is that they actually, a lot of you are blocking yourselves from high-ticket clients because you're depowering your clients. You're depowering, meaning you're dropping discounts, you're trying to be as cheap as possible. And when you do that, you're actually not inviting your clients to step up and become a higher, more powerful, more empowered version of themselves. Believe it or not, right? We're trying to do a service by saving people money, but by doing that, they're not going to show up as their best self. So a lot of you are actually giving your clients permission to not show up as their best self. And you're not challenging them to step up as their best self. How many of you this is resonating with you right now? Like, you're caving, you're making it easier for them, you're making things as easy as possible. Rather than expecting them to jump through hoops to get to you, you're jumping through hoops to get to them. This is what it looks like. So you're carrying more than they are. How many of you feel like you're caring more about your clients' results than they are? How many of you can be able? Let's do an honest poll here. Honest poll time. We'll call honest poll time. How many of you here honestly feel like you care way more about your clients' goals and results more than they do right now? And this is where I was like just not too long ago, 3-4 years ago, I was caring way more about my client results than they were. How many of you feel this way right now? Just let me know. Just drop a comment below. Drop the word result below. If you feel like you're putting in way more energy, way more effort, way more investment than they are. Okay? So Nicole says result. Yep. Yeah, we talked about this a little bit earlier. Okay. So it's time to flip the tables. It's time to flip the tables. Okay. It's time to empower clients to step up to your level versus stepping down and trying to be affordable and discount, make it as easy as possible. By doing that, you're not helping your clients grow. You're not helping your clients grow. And guys, like I said, drop questions too. This is an opportunity for you to get coaching. So drop any specific questions that you have in terms of your price point. Perhaps you're getting some money objections, sales, packaging, pricing. Go for it, guys, because we're not here for too much longer. So if you guys do have any questions here, just drop them below. And we're going to get into number 6 here, which is my last point here. Last shift, probably the most important one. I'll be honest, this is probably one of the most important ones. Was I had to detach. You got to detach from the outcome. Okay? Detaching from the outcome. All right? So now I say that, and it's much easier said than done. I realize that. In fact, I actually just realized I have a training here in the group. I have done a training on how to detach to open the floodgates to more sales. This is going to open the floodgates more than anything. More than any strategy, more than any script. If you can detach, you're going to be able to put the client or the prospects or the potential clients' best interests at heart. All right, and they will feel that. So if you guys want that training, hey Zadia, would you mind dropping your m.mailing again? So Zadia is going to drop her m.mailing, and then if you want that specific training, just go ahead and tap the link and then send her the message. Detach. Just send the word detach. Tap her m.mailing. Drop the word detach, and then she'll get that over to you as soon as we see her comment. Okay. So Zadia just dropped her link. So just a quick recap here. If you want the training on how to take your current low-ticket clients and have that conversation with them to upgrade them into a high-ticket program, if you want that strategy, tap Zacchaeus M.U link, drop the word upgrade. If you want the training on how to detach from the outcome so you can open these floodgates, this is the number one game changer, guys, is detachment. Okay? If you want this training, tap the same link and just drop the word detach, and then we'll know what to send you guys. If you want both, just send both. You can do it like that too. And that's what I have here today. Was this valuable for you guys? Was this valuable for those of you guys on the line here? And if you're watching the replay, same thing. Tap Zacchaeus link and just send her the word. She'll still be around, so even if